Reaper, was it a Hex Splash over the wall? That would have been the PogChamp moment. Let's watch how it actually happened.
It's 6.
And just went in, started off with the slow, and then started brawling, and that is a lot of damage, Valdez.
Ghost is like, yeah, I'm fine. He doesn't know about the
Cool
bear.
thing there was a Silas stolen Requiem thrown in that went only onto Damwon's side because Canyon didn't have his ult back up, and it still was a 1-for-0 to Damwon.
And that's a tilter, too. I mean, you have 2 members in the bottom lane, super low health, no mana, and you die. It's one of the worst feelings. He's still ahead by 30 CS, but definitely feels like Damwon are coming ahead in this one.
And it feels like a tier 2 volley. Not using the golden volley skin that we saw from Life. That was the true tier 3.
Yeah.
The tier 2 volley still seems pretty damn good. On Fleek. Walking around and shadowing. Also, we drew our attention to the fact that Karthus had slowed down a bit in farming. Speaking of farming, Nuguri, who we last saw at 0 health top lane at level 3, is actually CS for CS with a Karma. So it seems like top lane's going better than expected as well.
And speaking of which, trying to win here in the 1v1, but On Fleek is here. The tether lands. And Nuguri now desperately trying to get onto the Karma. He's got a lot of help from his friends coming in here. The stun and the Spinorama. He's going to be able to pick up that kill. Essentially 1v2.
Solo kill in the 1v2, harkening back to his outplays on Summit's Renekton as Klepto Camille. He spent game number 1 getting whacked on, dying multiple times, 0-6 and 0. This time, he's the one with the bigger stick, and Summit is in the death chamber. That is not what you'd expect in the matchup.
I mean, he was the real alpha in that trade. Just immediately was not scared to take the trade against Summit. Once he saw...
There we go. The first shield pop happens. Didn't even think to look at that. Remembered the patch notes as we went on. That was Summit, lower than he would have been originally. Watching the Fury regeneration, when does the bar go red? It's available again. Why not guarantee the kill? Because whether it's shielded or not, that 3-prong auto stun is going to pick up the kill.
And note that On Fleek was there originally to try to help the Karma, but the rotation of Showmaker and Canyon up the river plus the True Shot Barrage means that On Fleek was like, nah, I'd rather not try to continue on this. And speaking of which, Nuguri trying to continue on the trade here is going to back away, but pushes for the Karthus to get in range.
Love the SK Telecom T1 skin.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble. That's that first Skittle, and down will Summit go as the Karmas are really getting punished in tonight's series.
I mean, it's a matchup, and Karma was the sort of champion that the changes were targeted at beating Valdez. And my take, I haven't spoken about this on stream or on cast, is when I think about what was introduced in 9.14 with super grievous wounds and super shield breakers and the multiple champions that can interrupt dashes, is that I think that all those changes in summation, yes, you can just say, yep, now Renekton's better against Karma. That, of course, is true. But I look at those changes as buffing red side, because blue side had been trending really high on win rate globally for a long time, and once again, recently, I've heard the power of red side. Now you have counter picks that break the game in different ways. 60% grievous wounds is breaking the game. Shield breaking like that, like, even if it's against a GP with Stereo.
By the side of Sandbox, the interrupt from the Volibear to get the first kill. The nice 2-on-2 kill on the bottom side, and speaking of which,
wow,
Joker and Ghost really trying to force this one.
Tower plates are almost dead, and the jungle wasn't coming there, so that was a bit peculiar. Here we go.
Oh, we're flipping now. It's going to interrupt the dash as well. Ghost taking a bunch of damage. In goes Nuclear with the exhaust. He's going to be baited in. And now On Fleek will be able to dunk him on the backside. Nicely done from Sandbox to actually bait them into that fight and pick up on a kill.
I believe Beryl wasn't able to interrupt the E there from the Lucian. We'll get a replay to confirm that. And then the
pretty aggressive on the play. At least it's going to push Summit out of lane, but that's all it will do.
Karthus Nurse in full display there. An extra 50+ damage would have been lovely from Canyon. Level 10, even level 11 would have been big. Beryl runs to the mid lane. Remember, the Abscond will also be interrupted by good old Volibear. If you look at the enemy team, quite a few dashes that he can do a number on.
Oh boy, Tarvin. Hits by the bubble, and now Beryl's in a bunch of trouble here. Has that passive proc, but it's not enough. And now they're calling on the Showmaker. He has to use his real flash to get out of there. As Sandbox quickly turned that one on its head.
Getting a bit fast and loose now. Damwon walking up too far with melee champions who are being punished. Bot laners don't both roam. A little bit of a stabilizing impact, but they do lose top lane turret to the Renekton. We're gonna get a replay of how this play went on the all-in. It was a weird time to all-in because turret plates were already dying, so...
Wasn't 100% sure at the kill. It did end up happening. We have now the Ocean Drake fight. Not something we say all the time.
Sandbox want to fight. They want to fight when their items are on. They're going for it.
Oh boy, Peril just gets on in there, trying to counter-engage, but Canyon is going to live, as is Showmaker for an incredibly long amount of time. Finally goes down to Summit with that big Mancer Q, as actually the one kill will go, and now Silas is going for that Requiem. Not going to do all too much as now Summit way in enemy lines here, trying to find the bear. Should be able to take him down with the help of Dove. TP also coming in. As Sandbox, they really want to dive on in here. Nuggery wants to say no. The True Shot Barrage immediately shuts down Ghost as they put them in their place. But Dove still pretty healthy here, thinking about going in. A huge amount of posturing now as Canyon going to be slowed up. Looks like eventually they will be able to disengage.
Good use of time by OnFleek. Here's the Requiem just off cooldown. Flash, W smite to make sure that one didn't register. Down the bot lane, we're still brawling.
Gonna get that set. That's a lot of damage onto Nuclear, but he does have the Blade of the Rune King, so shouldn't be too unhappy.
Usually with a Renekton, this big 4-1 would be trivial, but you can see it's frustrating. Here comes Nuggery. He's grouping up. They want to kill.
Oh, here we go. Trying to get into that back line. Looking for the Jarvan, who does go for the Cataclysm. Gets away now. Dove going in. Do they have the damage? The stopwatch. As nobody's going to go down, but Ghost in the front line. Nearly able to take Nuclear, but whose health bar is lower? As the shields will come in. And the Requiem will be good.
And they stop Baron here. Nuclear can heal off it. They're going to try. The ward spots them, though. They're on the Baron. Damwon Gaming. Sandbox Gaming. TP's coming in.
Trying to delay them. Was able to get that one trouble bubble onto Summit. They have a relatively fast Baron here, and they should be... Oh! The Yuumi gets in there! How does that even happen? And the big-time steal! As I think I saw a smite from the Carthus's 860, but it wasn't fast enough.
It was 61 HP, Valdez, and it got stolen by the Nerf Q!
The Yuumi! And Joker's the hero. He's got a huge smile on his face now.
Elder at 36, so that's not ideal. But, you know, you take the objective in front of you. I understand why the play happens. Here's the replay. And it accomplishes what Damwon wants, even though they don't get a kill, because they get so much damage on with the gold lead they have. They have Requiem to chase down a kill. With the Yuumi and all her healing buffs, unlikely to happen, but it should have meant a guaranteed Baron. What do they last see is OnFleek on 500 health. They zone them out. In live, though, we're seeing fighting.
Oh, yeah, the Renekton in the front line. We need to look at the fight here, guys. Nuggery now in the back line. As he was forced to go forward. Looks like they want to trade, but OnFleek's going to survive in the front. And nobody will go down here. Oh, no! A big snipe from Showmaker will pick him off, and now Dove in a bit of trouble. Had a big bear chasing after him, but he's got a dash to get away. As it's 1-for-1. Two frontliners will go down.
The Requiem was gotten with CDR as Beryl tries again. They want to fight this.
Oh, boy. Beryl made a mistake that time around. Flew a little bit too close to the sun. Nobody was able to fight and follow up after that play as Ghost trying to get the slowdown with the Yuumi and get Joker closer there.
They called to start the fight because Karthus was one assist away from Presence of Mind getting the Requiem back. Got it back.
As it just sails on in. But we really need to look at the health too. A cool angle there as Yuumi was able to just sidle her way in on the back of Ghost.
I saw 61 HP. We didn't have health bars there to confirm it. Aiming on the Q, might have wanted to pop that a little bit later so it doesn't time out. And then it's brawl and try to get a Presence of Mind so that Requiem will be up. Requiem wasn't up to start this. In live, there's stuff happening, but not quite as exciting as before. They got this kill onto OnFleek as the Q was kind of sent in the direction, but ended up sniping up the Jarvan. We could have been done now, and it would have been 1-for-1, but Beryl sees something that's not there.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to run straight at Ghost, but it's Illusion. He's got a lot of speed with the Yuumi on his back.
The need for speed. can be addictive, Valdez.
That Bear's seen a lot. He wanted a little bit more. As now we're going for inhibitor here on the side of Sandbox. Ghost is an absolute monster now. After a bunch of those fights, he has 4 items. He's going to get slowed up here, though. Might have to flash. There it is.
Squeeze to kill him.
Here we go. Not much he can do as no stopwatch. None on the backside. Has to throw out his own, but it barely does any damage with the man's way as huge damage comes out from Dove with the stolen true shot barrage. Push continuing on. They've got a massive wave with 3 buffed up cannons. And they're just going to go for it, diving in onto Canyon Nuggery. Not much that he can do. Nuclear trying to be the hero on the backside is going to flash away, but eventually goes down. Nuggery's still alive, though. They might be able to stop this, as Joker is the only one left with On Fleek, just barely trying to get away. And Domwon is actually going to stop the push.
Nuggery was so smart with his target selection to clean up. Flash is a couple of seconds away. It's actually available just as we go live at this moment. And they want to just take him down from range, maybe end him with a Requiem. But there is no Requiem coming out. The side of Sandbox this time around. Damwon Gaming chase in. It's close, but Nuclear and Showmaker aren't under threat. Can't chase for further kills, but we're getting competitive. And Sandbox Gaming aren't just trying to play the safe play of with 2 inhibitors down. As a Hex Drinker, he has a QSS, but that's all he's got so far. Sandbox Gaming walk up, now we're on Barrel.
Oh, going for the Bear here. Not sure about that one, but it might just pay off. They take him out first. Duck gets low, but Nuggery not able to do it. Has Hysterics pop, but Ghost is going to get super low. He's that big carry for the side of Sandbox, but he'll immediately go down as Nuggery.
Offensive and defensive TP and Baron happening. A lot happening here.
All right, keep your eyes in 2 different places, guys. The inhibitor is going to go down, but we got to fight here at the Baron. Canyon is going to be sniped away as the Renekton is not going to be able to get in range for now. He's going to have to blast for it. Takes out On Fleek. And Nuclear actually in the base, trying his best to defend here, but he needs the Zoe to come back. Double kill now for Nuggery. Nuclear not able to do it alone. Summit just getting auto by auto, but the W is going to hit. And one more Q would have done it, but Nuclear not quite able to get it. Showmaker also out of range, but they deny the pick on the Nexus as Nuggery now trying to get to the back line. This is an insane play overall here as now Dove wants to go in for the fight. Not sure about that, buddy, as he's going to get burst down. We even got Zoe coming in here too. And I think Dove got a little bit flustered trying to force that 1-2v3. As Damwon, they are still in the game.
And we're hearing the sweet tune of the Yakety Sax. The fiesta continues.
Somebody start the trumpet.
Ghost is just going to win the game.
Ghost, he might just be able to do it. He should be able to do it. A couple more autos, and he is going to take out the Nexus.